Well, this is incredibly exciting. They have gone and done it. They have updated LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Now, for some people, this is going to be a bit of a questionable update because, well, for the first time that I could ever recall, an update actually requires for you to own a DLC. Now, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, they've actually brought back the cloning trick. As I mentioned that point, there's probably some of you guys that are equally as confused, scratching your heads going like, what the heck is he still talking about? For those of you that don't know, a while ago when the Mandalorian DLC was released for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, there was discovered a glitch that allowed you to duplicate characters, where essentially by reselecting Mandalorian over and over and over again, you could duplicate the amount of characters that appear up to 15 characters all appearing at once. It was a really cool trick. It did cause some very serious problems on people's hardware. In fact, a lot of people's games would crash when they would do this trick just because the actual hardware that they were running it on was not able to handle it and would cause their games to crash. So obviously, in order to deal with that particular issue, quote unquote, they patched it out of the game. They released an update that basically removed it from the game. Well, fast forward to July of 2023, they have figured out a way to include it back in the game. So now, if you go into your game and you own the Mandalorian Season 1 DLC, so once again, unfortunately, for those of you that don't own the DLC, you cannot actually use this update or this feature for your game. But for those of you like myself that do own the DLC, all you need to do is head on over to the cheat code entry tab and type in the code clone15. Once you do that, the clone mode has been unlocked. And from there on out, it is pretty simple to utilize. All you need to do is go into your character selection screen, select the Mandalorian, and now if you go back to your character selection screen, you'll notice that Grogu actually appears as a playable character. You're going to select Grogu again, reselect the Mandalorian to create another duplicate, and rinse and repeat this up to 15 characters in total. Keep in mind, obviously, if let's say you want only 3 characters to be duplicated, you will only do this trick 3 times, where you will select Grogu, and then instead of selecting Grogu again, you're just going to reselect Mandalorian, creating another duplicate, and another duplicate, allowing you to have those 3 duplicate characters that you want. Also, another clarification, because I feel like a lot of people are thinking that when this says cloning, it means just the Mandalorian or just one character. No. Once you've created a duplicate, you can have whatever characters you want running around. So if you wanted to have like an army of clones, you can do that. Or let's say if you're like me and you've always wanted to see the Knights of Ren all assembled together in one epic shot, you can do that as well. I just think that this is such a cool feature, and I really genuinely am so happy that they brought it back. Obviously, it would have been incredible if this was just in the game by default instead of being in the game via the DLC, but fortunately enough, the DLC is so affordable at this point that most people that want access to this feature can most certainly get it. One of the other things that I discovered about this update that I had no idea about was that TT Games actually did say that apparently the original version of this glitch would cause irreparable damage to save files as well, which is why they had to patch it out to begin with. But now they've made it work again, which I'm just so happy that the Mad Lads over there figured out how to bring this back. Because I think, again, it opens up the possibility of being able to have an entire crew of characters running around with you at all times, which makes it just a lot easier to utilize these characters. It also allows opportunities for some really cool screenshots to take place, which I think is also very cool. Obviously, it would have been incredible if we had like a photo mode that allowed you to even be more precise with stuff. So I think that's exciting. And additionally to all of that, I just love that we're in the middle, or actually past the middle of 2023 now, and we got yet another update for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, because it makes myself and other people like myself hopeful that we might still get some more content for this game. The fact that they still circle back to this title and make new stuff available is just so cool to see. I don't remember any other LEGO game getting this much support so far after its release. So let me know if you guys are as excited as I am about the clone glitch returning into the game, or I guess at this point we can just go on ahead and call it the clone mode returning into the game, which I think is just so cool to see. And what would be the one other feature that you would love to see for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga? Yes, I think most people are going to use the comment section down below to let me know that they want a customizer.